All right, this week's video, we're covering making the floor in our aft cabin. There's two parts to it. The first is making the hatch, and we needed to make the hatch first in order to use it then as a plug to make the floor, because Shane is making like a recessed lip in the floor so that we can actually put the hatch on something. A lot of difficulties with the rain and the cold weather, and he needed to actually do a bit of secondary infusion. So I tried to cover a bit of that as well. And at the end, I have a bit of a sneak peek at some of the video that we have on our membership only site, and that is involving why you would consider infusion versus vacuum bagging versus wet laminate, and what you should be asking really. And you know, some parts we will use all three to make a finished product. So I think it's well worth a look. Shane goes into a lot of detail, but that is on our membership paid website. So if you're interested, we'd love to see you there. And yeah, let's hope that you enjoy this next video. Bye. So you have full suck to start with.
Yeah.
And then you back it off.
Yeah. Okay.
0.6.
Alright, point.
0.7.
Now I can shut the resin down.
Mm-hmm.
I found the other lamination table under my bed. One that we were looking for.
Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
How long is that vacuum going to be on for?
As long as it takes to kick off. So what we can do now is get here. So can you see how that's actually all slippery, slidey and squishy?
Yeah.
The reason for that is because we've actually got atmospheric pressure there. We don't actually have full vacuum there. And we've now got to wait for atmospheric pressure is pushing the resin in here.
Mm-hmm.
So the bag actually comes up. You can see it's all soft and saggy. So there's not full vacuum there yet. What we're waiting for now is for all that resin to now flush through the part so that the wave of clamping pressure can be put back down on it. So we're now vacuuming that resin out, excess resin out into the stores out here. So you can see we've got that full vacuum, well,
Much tighter.
3/4 of the vacuum out here. But we've got overall vacuum in here, so you can see it's actually a big pool and puddle of resin there.
Grab some paper towels and give it a wipe there.
Yeah, it will not stick to water.
Click. Good wipe in that corner. And then you're going to get it right there where all the other thing. Yes. Give me the paper towel.
So we've moved the entire thing inside and we've taken all the couches off. And now the cat doesn't like it, so it's found the only soft thing in the entire room. It's decided to sleep on that.
You got it?
Yep. Okay, open the clamp up.
Damn it, it's not sealed, right? Where's the leak then?
And the leak may not be there.
Ah.
The remainder of that resin.
Want me to chuck it in?
Seems to be bubbling up from somewhere around there.
I didn't know how people leak control it.
Yep, there's definitely a leak somewhere there.
Okay, so infused it. Wasn't the most successful infusion, but anyway, it's done. I'm just showing. Here's a hatch. I use the hatch as the mold for the recess in the actual floor, and I made a 1mm spacer around the hatch using this silicone stuff, and as you can see, it's quite cool, very satisfying. It's quite stretchy, and when it stretches it gets skinny, so it just peels straight out. Yep, around the corner.
Oh, the gunk in that, Dad.
Yeah.
The most satisfying part is
And-
unwrapping this.
Pew!
Hey Dad, what's
That
in
leaves a nice 1mm gap.
Dad, this is way more satisfying when you unpeel these big rods.
Cleaning out
Spiral tubes.
spiral tube vacuum lines. Using it again. So I know this is not a green process, but it's as green and as economical as we can. So if we can use it twice, that means we use half as much, and it also costs me half as much. If we can use it 2 times, if we can use it 3 times, well, that's an even bigger bonus. But if we use it once, then you know it's like a plastic shopping bag. So if we can use it twice, then use it twice.
Should just be able to pop the hatch out now. Feels like I can see it pulling it all off and delaminating it.
So boys, tell me what's been happening in our saloon this week.
Floor.
This is the floor. And you infused it, didn't you?
Yeah, which did quite good plan.
Why didn't it go to plan, Shane?
Too cold.
Because I tried to do things that you're not supposed to do. I didn't follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules of the infusion, it doesn't work.
Well, what didn't you follow? It was too cold?
1, it was too cold. 2, I didn't have enough vacuum. And 3, the resin was dodgy.
But was this polyester resin?
Yeah, it was a brand new tin of polyester resin that I got, and I poured it out and it was the wrong colour. So straight away I knew it probably wasn't right, so the gel time was really short because it had drifted. But anyway, I was able to do some infusion repairs and salvage it. Let's go that way a bit more.
Well, the boys said that this is the 3rd time you infused this piece, is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. So I did infuse what they call infusion repairs. So I infused the part where it didn't infuse, I then re-infused. Had to pull the bag out, set up new inlet feed lines and meshes and infuse those parts that didn't infuse.
Ooh. And now
Now
we're taking the hatches out. So you actually built the hatches at the same time, Shane, or have you?
No, we built them before, and then now Dad's using them as a plug so that.
So these hatches you already laminated, didn't you?
Yep.
Yep.
And they weren't infused. They were just.
Yep, no, they're infused.
Oh yeah. They were. I beg your pardon. I think I've got some footage of them being infused. Hopefully.
So these hatches were completely done and finished.
Poking far enough out where you just have a screwdriver so we find it.
These hatches were completely done and finished, and then we put them in so that it would become a plug.
And then it all fits nicely together.
Yeah.
It's a boy!
So I used the hatch as the mould.
It's a boy!
It's something that releases a bit easier than the yellow tape.
Why aren't you using your
Don't have enough.
Teflon?
Don't have enough.
Because it's really bloody expensive.
You told me it was cheap.
Yeah, but it's expensive to use as a
Single-use thing.
yeah.
I don't know, Shane Young. Cutting corners and then look how it's just biting you on the bottom.
You mean it came out? Rip it. I should have put some wax on the tape.
Save the planet.
Save the planet, single use. We've already spoken about that this morning, haven't we, boys?
Yeah.
Single-use, recyclable.
Yeah.
Recyclable.
Well, we've weighed
But it's eco.
Oh, that's
That's all going out, so we'll weigh it.
is that just for the floor?
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
just for this.
One side.
Other side. So
Okay.
normally I don't want to remove the peel ply because I want to keep it there as a protective layer. But because I've
That's it. Chuck it in
No.
pretty soon.
not done it well, I'm having to remove it.
What do you mean you haven't done it well?
So
You haven't done the
this-
peel ply well, or you haven't done the infusion well?
This peel ply is
Infusion hasn't gone well. You can see here the peel ply is fully wet out and stuck to the job, and here it's wet out but not stuck to the job because we had
Very little vacuum.
issues with air being in there, and so we ended up with styrene entrapment and all sorts of bad things. So it's as a separate.
Yeah, there's all sorts going on there, isn't it? It's wetted out, not wetted out.
Are you going to remove this peel ply?
That was not the plan.
Don't put your pinks in there, Ollie. Nice.
Happy!
This one should be 200 grams lighter.
Oh, what did you do? What was different?
So the bottom on this one here is a thinner material.
That's right, because Dad did the first one and it was heavier than you wanted, wasn't it?
It's a little heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Because you were
But
using,
it's stiff enough to hold an elephant.
Yeah.
but we want it just a little bit lighter.
Yeah, so you've got to have a minimum skin thickness to walk on, so it's damage tolerant. So it's not a strength related problem. It's
It's a
durability. We call it the seagull problem. The seagull can't land on it, then it's no good. It might be stiff enough for what its requirements are, but it's not strong enough for the seagull to land on it.
well, I think we don't run seagull ratings, don't we? Run teenage boy ratings.
Small elephants. Okay. So I'll take this downstairs and I'll trim it up down there where I got that.
Alright, how to get the vacuum cleaner and start vacuuming up.
Yeah,
the
you
floors.
gotta do some cleaning up.
Clean up.
Well, that works.
So it's just wet in here and outside.
What about it in here?
Yeah, how come it's, where's it leaking from? Hatches. Oh. Staunch, is that stanchion? Oh, a bit chilly in here.
Right, lots of good questions have been asked from the last couple of videos, and in particular, one that's fairly common is wet laminate versus infusion versus pre-preg versus compression molding. People haven't asked about the compression molding, but I'm putting it in there. The question about these methods is why would we use one instead of the other? When would you best use one instead of the other? Is one better than the other? Is one more expensive than the other? All very good questions, but the question gets asked the wrong way. We use these different processes not because one's better than the other. We use these processes to get to a final product.